Hi and welcome to No Cheese. Today I'm going to make chocolate mousse. I have the eggs for 2 hours to get them into room temperature, to get the egg whites better when making the meringue. I also prepare the serving glass to have them in the fridge for 2 hours. Now it's time to make the meringue. First I'm gonna use 0.3 deciliter of sugar. Now it's time to separate the yolks and the egg whites. When frothing the egg, do it against a flat surface. And it's very important to not have any yolks into the meringue. Now I'm gonna continue preparing the meringue. I'm gonna add the sugar, then mix this a little bit to blend the sugar a little bit. I stop for a while and prepare the alcohol. I'm gonna use Grand Marnier and Kahlua. The Kahlua has 16% alcohol in it, and the Grand Marnier has 40% alcohol in it. We don't like the alcohol because I like to serve kids with this. I'm gonna use a half deciliter of Grand Marnier, and then I'm gonna use a half deciliter of Kahlua. Now it's time to boil this to remove the alcohol. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue prepare the meringue. Now it's time to lower the heat a little bit. It should not boil too much. This is enough, and it will boil here to extract alcohol. It probably will be reduced by 20% by volume. This have to be mixed until we get a soft peak on this. And you see here it's very soft just now. It will be mixed a little bit more. A little bit more. It's very important to not mix too long, because then it will be very, very bad. I think that is a little bit too soft. A little bit more. A little bit more. I think that is quite good. Now we're going to check the saucepan. It will boil a little bit more to extract a little bit more liquid. I think the alcohol had been removed, but we're going to have it a little bit more thick. Now it's time to whip the cream. I'm gonna use 2 deciliter of cream. I think now it's time to remove this from the stove. The alcohol had been evaporated. What I'm looking for here is to make a soft peak, even here on the cream. You see, it must be whipped a little bit more. You see here it's a little bit more. Like this. That's perfect. Now it's time to continue with the yolks and the liquors. Here are the yolks. I'm gonna mix them a little bit and turn down the liquor. I also gonna use a little bit of salt, 0.2 milliliter of salt, very little. Now I'm gonna heat this up a little bit, not so high heat. It will be thick because of the yolks when heated up to 84 degrees Celsius. It doesn't matter if it gets hotter than 84 degrees, nothing will be destroyed. When it's getting thick, it is finished with the heat. I'm using 8 over 14 in heat. Now it's going to be a little bit thick. I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now I'm gonna add the chocolate. 50 grams of 70% cocoa. This is actually on the after heat, so I don't have any heat on the stove just now. Now the chocolate have been melted, and I'm gonna cool this saucepan a little bit under water like this to get the bottom of the saucepan to be a little bit colder. Now I'm gonna add the cream to the chocolate, a little bit at a time, very little first. A little bit more. Now I put in the rest. Fold it into the chocolate. The cream will be folded into the chocolate, like this. Now it's time to have some zest of an orange in this. It's an organic orange. I will use the zest from the whole orange. It's important to wash it before, even if it is organic. I think that's enough. I'm gonna blend this a little bit. Now it's time to add the meringue. You see here, it's a little bit liquid in the bottom here. I don't like to use this, so I will remove this. And now I will put in a little bit at a time of the meringue. It is important to not mix this too much. You have to fold it in very carefully, because otherwise you will lose the fluffiness. I think now it's perfect. Now it's time to put in this into the serving glasses. Actually, we get only 5 of these. And now I'm gonna shake them a little bit. It can be some air bubbles, so if you do a little bit like this. Now it's time to whip the garnish cream. I'm gonna use 0.7 deciliter of cream for the garnish. This cream should actually be whipped a little bit harder than the previous one, because we're going to pipe this on the serving glasses. I think that is enough. And I'm gonna add the whipped cream into this piping bag. It's good to make it closed in the end here, so you get it not bringing out. We're going to have grated chocolate on this as a garnish. I'm gonna fillet the orange to have as a garnish on the top. Now it's time to put the chocolate mousses into the fridge for at least 3 to 5 hours. It will be best if you have it in the fridge for 24 hours. You can make this days ahead. I will be back in 24 hours, but for you it will be only 1 minute. Now the chocolate mousse have been in the fridge for 5 hours. I cannot wait 24 hours. Now it's time to try this. Look at this. Very delicious. I will try it with orange also. Very fresh. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.